No, there was obviously a lot of big plays in the game, and so yeah, the fields moved, pretty quickly. Neither side ended up having, just a whole lot of plays. I mean, I'm looking at 67 and 58, so it wasn't a high play count. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, we're obviously pretty thin defensively right now. We're playing with a lot of different guys. We're working different lineups. I think we would expect here in the next couple of weeks to start to be able to add to that in terms of getting some guys back, which will be a great thing. And we've given a lot of guys opportunities here to produce, and a lot of guys opportunities to show why they need to be on the field. So, I think we're getting better. We definitely missed too many tackles tonight. I mean, I think that's the number one thing that showed up defensively. Listen, there's a couple competitive plays in the game. The ball down in the end zone, the other kind of long touchdown that number one made, where there's four people there and we actually are in great shape and we got to finish the play. So those are going to happen from time to time, but the missed tackles for us, when we tackled well tonight, we played really well defensively. When we didn't tackle well, obviously it's hard to play good defense at all if you don't tackle. So we got to keep growing. We got to keep growing there. We know we got the makings of a good group. We got these young guys, and a lot of these new guys that are playing have got to continue to improve, and then we'll throw some of these other guys back in the mix that have been out here for a while, and see if we can get this thing coming together. We're fighting through it. I don't think anybody out long term. Handful of these guys I think will be back here in the next couple of weeks. Some sooner than others, but I think we've got a chance to get a bunch of these guys back here, pretty quick, which will be good. And obviously we've moved some guys different positions, trying some different lineups. Secondary battled. We got out of position a few times. Again, a couple of times they just made great competitive plays, and we were in great position. We got a little better at the end. It was a huge play by Broyles, obviously, there at the end, knocking that ball down on the fourth down. Or maybe that was third down, I'm trying to remember, but it was last play of the possession. So we did we're growing, and we've, Pat's been a good leader for us back there, and we've, we're going to get there. I really do. I really believe we will with that group. So, still kind of trying to find that right combination there. And we're going to keep searching and keep developing these guys, and they're going to continue to improve.
It forces some young guys into action, and what you have to do is you got to try to find ways to, put them in a situation where they can be successful. And so that's something we got to look at doing a better job of, obviously, as a defensive staff. But no, it's a tall order for young guys. Young guys are targets a lot of times, and then you got to find a way to make a play when the ball's in the air. And obviously, there's not many we made tonight. So we got to look at finding ways to put those guys in better situations. No, it is concerning. Hopefully, get guys healthy, and that is something that the coming weeks will kind of see where that goes when we get guys back. But in any event, I think there's some young guys we're excited about, and we got to do a better job putting them in the situation to be successful. Yeah, no, I mean, you're trying to make a play, and the obvious answer is you can't do that. I mean, you got to know better in that moment. It's the risk reward element of things. But Latrell, another young corner, made a play, got the ball out, which was tremendous, and it's good to get it scooped there by Deshaun. And we just got to be smart as excited as you get when you see that end zone coming. Got to be smart that way. And obviously it's good to get one takeaway, but certainly disappointed we're unable to get as much of the balls in the air, not to come down with one or two on the day in position to do so. It was disappointed that way, but no, I think that's 13 straight games with a takeaway, and I don't want to minimize that because those are big plays, but obviously when you hand it right back to them, it's kind of the tail of the evening for us, with the inability to kind of get any momentum. You look at the last few weeks, and then some plays that have been made against us, and the young freshman DBs has been the consistent theme. And when they're out there, you guys, as a coach, you guys say, well, how can I protect them? How can I put them in a better situation? That's the first thing that you look at. And then what you do is, you you grab them, and you explain to them, you know, they're out there for a reason. You know, they were brought here for a reason. We think they have the ability to make those plays. They've made those plays in the past. They got to do it under the lights on Saturdays. And so I think as much as anything, it's just communicating with those guys to hang in there. It's a tall order. It just is. You know, the defensive lineman, you know, misses a gap. No one knows about it. You know, defensive back doesn't make the play. The whole world knows. It's kind of like a quarterback. So, no, we got to hang with those guys. And, like I said, we got to find ways to, as best we can, to put them in the best situations, possible. And, you know, but from a confidence standpoint, you know, you can tell them, but it ultimately comes down to, you know, those reps in practice. You know, it starts there because it has to. You get a lot more practice reps than you do game reps over the course of a week, and then you know, ultimately got to do it in the game when your number's called. Yeah, I thought with tackling, I think you know, certainly the very disappointed in our inability to, you know, gang tackle. A lot of times, you know, what I saw. You know, particularly on the first grade, you know, leverage issue, you know, not letting the ball get outside of us. Another young defensive back, but you got to make sure that you turn the ball back to the inside. That create an explosive play to kind of get the scoring going, and then, you know, just you know, got to make sure that, you know, too many, and I would suggest, again, from my vantage point, with the lack of tackle attempts. I don't know, it's a ball carrier running through our arms. It's almost, it looks like we're, you know, what we call thud in practice, where you put pads on somebody, you don't wrap up, you know, guys not going low enough, and you know, going through kneecaps, you know, I say that not to hurt somebody, but just, you know, wrapping through that mid leg through the thigh, and then in some other instances, again, the lack of tackle attempt is, you know, kind of an excitement level. You got an opportunity to make a tackle in space, and you know, overrunning the ball at times, couple times, you know, have an opportunity to get, you know, maybe a sack or TFL in the backfield, you know, not taking it completely to the ground. And so this is that finishing aspect of things is now there for us. You know, it doesn't matter. You say, well, we coach it. Well, it obviously appears that we don't. And so we got to do a better job of that as coaches. And then you mentioned the deep balls and you know, with top down defense in theory. But, you know, when an offense is willing to put the ball in the air into coverage, you know, you watch as much football as probably I watch. I mean, those balls can, you call them 50-50 balls for a reason, because they're low percentage throws. Right now against our defense, they're very high percentage throws, and so offenses are getting rewarded for again, it doesn't have to be a perfect ball. It can be underthrown, it can be inside or outside shoulder, and then we're failing to make that play. So we got to you know, change some checkers at times, and then that goes back to depth, and then the other side of it is, you know, how can we protect some guys and not put them in those situations. And there's only so many coverages you can run that doesn't include someone making a play on the ball. So you can change a checker, but you still need a checker, and someone's got to make that play. So, any event, obviously did a real poor job that way coaching. I think the biggest thing for him and everybody defensively, just, you know, consistency. You know, there was one point where we said, you know, to be an elite group, you got to be consistent. You know, and I think at this moment, just as we sit here through 7 games, to be an average group, we got to be more consistent. And so I think, you know, he would be included in that group. And so from a coaching standpoint, all of us have to do a better job to get more consistent. It's not effort. And I'll be surprised if it is as I look at it on the video, but just consistency in terms of the execution and you know, consistency in terms of the tackling and all those things. And so I think everybody, you know, share blame that way, but no, made some plays tonight, and we were dying for guys to make plays. We didn't make many, but no, he certainly made a few. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of teams in the country that are 7-0, you know, and obviously, you know, our expectation is a whole lot higher than, in terms of our performance, a whole lot higher than you know, what we've been you know, putting on film over the last couple of weeks. And so there's a pattern forming. And so, you know, that's the first thing you think about, the things you got to fix. You know, you got 2 options as the coach. You either enhance things that are good or you fix things that are bad. And there's a lot of fixes right now. And you're saying, okay, why can't we get it fixed? Well, how am I failing as a coach? So you immediately go down that road. But certainly, you know, to be a 7-0 football team and not play your best football and then still, you know, find a way to make enough plays, to get enough stops, to find yourself in you know, the win category is certainly exciting. And I'm excited for the guys that they can celebrate another victory on a Saturday night. But I also think there's better football in us. I believe that. Despite kind of getting proven wrong here recently, I still have a belief in this group, and from young guys to old guys, I think our best football is in front of us, and we got to get it out of them as a coach.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.